Hello, I see some of you joining. Thanks for being here. I'm just looking to catch myself live here on my own computer. I see it. Let's see if I can make it bigger. Okay, I see some comments coming through. Hi, Stacy. Thank you for sharing. Hi, Christine. Hi, Vicki. Yes, Stacy, I'm doing well. I'm seeing some comments. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Vicki. I have a Facebook user saying hello. Let me see if I can see your name if I come over to this laptop. Eventually, it will show up here. You know how this goes every week. I'm trying to figure out how do I see. I know you guys have given permission. Oh, yes, Carol, I see you. Hello. Oh, Debbie Gervin is from Australia. Thanks for joining us. From Australia. What time is it in Australia? Is it morning for you? Hi, Aura. Good to see you here. Okay, so people are joining. So we're going to get started. I'm not going to, I will say hello. And as I look up and as we craft, for some reason, I thought the lighting would be better tonight than what it is because I have a different light overhead and it doesn't seem that much better. So if you hold on, I'm going to turn on some more lights. Okay, well, it's a little bit better, I guess. Trying to make sure that my lighting is better. My husband was actually down here earlier hooking something up for me, but he said he had to do something else. So maybe that is it. Still something else he needs to do. And I'm just straightening out some other lights. So I'm sorry that you still see this phone right here, but it shouldn't be in the way because you're looking down anyway. Okay, so just for anybody who's watching me later, and I'm hoping you can all hear me. For anybody watching later, my name is Antoinette Bay. I'm with the Paper Papillion. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Limbrook, New York, and I'm glad you're here with me tonight. So let's go over some of the items that I need to discuss. Stay tuned for the end of the video. After we craft, I'll show you a couple of things, and then I am going to do a drawing for not the card that I made last week. That's a special drawing tonight. The card that I made last week is a special drawing. Thank you, Facebook user. Yes, can hear you. I have to look at this computer to see who that was. 8 a.m., Debbie. Okay, good. Not too early. That's a good time to get up, watch some crafting, have a cup of coffee or tea, have some breakfast. Thanks for being here. Anyway, at the end, when we're done with the project, I'll do a drawing for a card for everyone that had last week shared and commented. I pulled all the comments from both of my Facebook pages and YouTube. And then I'm doing a special drawing for the keepsake card that I did last week. I had mentioned that everyone who purchased my card kit to go last month and this month for the Sweet Citrus for February, which is already closed out, everyone that purchased those in those two card kits to go, your name's in a special drawing. And if you purchase both January and February, your name is in there twice. Okay, so I think I'm going to do this every 2 months. A bi-monthly drawing for a special keepsake card, because I think I'm going to do a keepsake card bi-monthly, and I may even start a subscription for it. So I'm going to send out some sort of a survey to ask you guys if you would like that. Excuse me. I ate dinner very fast tonight. I was really busy with my work day, so I never got down here to clean anything up from the project I was working on last night for my Sweet Stampin' Friends tutorial. So I had to clean all that up fast and then get this organized. But anyway, on with the show. We're using a stamp set from this. I'm not sure which one I'm using yet. I think probably Best Wishes, and I may even change my mind. You can use any stamp set for this card. We're using the Pretty Flowers embossing folder and a die that I've not used before. So this is Layering Holly Hawks. So we're using both of these and we're going to layer them. I've never used them before. And then we're not really using basic borders, but I did want to show you an option to use this die. We're using one die from the Forever Flourishing. That's the one thing about being a business demonstrator. I have a lot of things and I pull from a lot of different sets. And I realized that not everyone would have, you know, these sets, but you can use something similar. That's what I do when I recreate someone else's project. Or case it, which means copy and share everything. I just kind of pull what I have. So tonight I'm going to use this scallop from Penned Flowers. However, I found a scallop piece in my scraps from an older die that was a very thin scallop, and we may actually use that instead. We'll see. I want to try to pay attention to here in case there's anybody making a comment that is a Facebook user. And then these are brand new. These are really beautiful. I love these. As you can see, this has been my favorite. And they're called Iridescent Pastel Gems. And they're in the mini catalog, the spring catalog. It's the one with the purple cover. And they're in there. And I have to get some more of these. And then we're using one die from the Blessings of Home dies, the Flowers of Home dies. I'm using one floral die from there. We're using just this Balmy Blue Subtles 6x6 paper. I'm using just the Balmy Blue. I'm using the white, what is this called? How come I can't? Glittered Organdy Ribbon. You know what? Because my glasses are on my head. That's why I can't read anything. Glittered Organdy Ribbon right here. And then we're using Awash and Beauty. I've loved this paper for so long and played with it a little bit, put it away. As you can see, all my scraps here, played with it a little bit, put it away. And I decided this is great fussy cutting paper. And if you know me, you know that I like to fussy cut. And so that's what I'm doing tonight. I don't have the stamp set that goes along with this. I don't know why. I just don't have it. I must have purchased a couple of other floral stamp sets and decided I had enough when the new catalog came out last year. But as you can see, I'm going to be fussy cutting some flowers. Not tonight. I already did it. I already pre-cut, so you don't have to watch me fussy cut. I do realize that I need sponge daubers, and I have to get those in a moment as well. So let's put all the things that I'm using onto the side. I think the only thing that I'm going to be using the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine is for this tonight, because I think I already did everything else. So let me put all of this over here until we need it again. And then I'll grab the paper. So Polish Pink has been one of my favorite dyes, colors since the In Colors came out. In this is a 2021-2023 color, and it's going to be going away soon. So I really want to get the most out of it. So as you can see, these little pieces here. If you'd like to get all the measurements, all the measurements and instruction for this, you have this video, which will be posted in my newsletter. You have, if you join my newsletter, you'll have instruction, measurements, and this video. and pictures as well. So we have these pieces, and we're going to use one or the other of these. And then we have stitch circles here from Stylish Shapes. And then, as I mentioned, we're using from Forever Flourishing, we're using some of these leaves, probably not all. And then I have already fussy cut because there's several pieces here. I'm not sure that I'm using them all, but I've already fussy cut some of my favorites to use on this card. Now, this is a case of a class that I took, or a kit that I purchased from Demonstrator. So I will show you the card that I made with that kit, which is, and I'll tell you who it's from later when we're done. And you might even recognize the designer. So it is a case using totally different products. I like to do that, right? So it's not 100% a copy because it's using different products, but the same layout. So let's get started. We have all the pieces. And if anybody has any questions, please feel free to ask. As I said, at the end, we are going to be, we're going to be drawing for a card for all the shares and the comments from last week. And the card that I made last week is going into a separate drawing for all the people that, all the ladies, that's all ladies that purchased my card kit to go in January and February. And if you purchase both, you're in that drawing twice. Okay. So let's get scoring. I'm using my scoring tool, but I am going back to the paper trimmer to cut. So we're starting with a 5.5 by 11 piece of cardstock, and we're going to score at 1 5/8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 5/8. Why do I feel like that's wrong? But we'll see. 1 5/8, 3 1/4, 4 7/8, which is 1 notch below the 5, and then at 6 3/4. Okay, so there's our, yes, I think that is right. Let's hope. I have a spare piece of cardstock ready to go. So now this is very important part here that I'm going to show you, and I'll bring it up. So there is, I'm going to try to see that you can see this score line. Okay. So there's a score line up here and a 1, 2, 3, 4 score lines. So this is the biggest part. We want these up here. So we're going to score in between we're going to cut in between the first score line and the third score line. Okay. And the way we're putting it in the trimmer is there is a 1 inch mark right here. So we're going to put this right over by the 1 inch mark. And then when you look at your blade, there's a notch right in there. So you want to line up that notch with this first score line. Okay. So I'm going to stand because I need to see what I'm doing. So I'm over to the 1 inch mark. I'm looking at the notch here, and I'm going to bend over to make sure that that notch is right in that score line that I created. And I'm bringing it down. This is the second score line. I'm going down to the third score line. So right when that notch meets that third score line, I'm stopping. Okay, so this is what you have. Now I'm bringing this all the way over, and I'm going to the 1 inch mark on the opposite side, on the right side. And I'm going to bring this back up, and I'm going to make sure that my notch on the cutter meets the score line, and I'm bringing that down to the third score line right there. And it's perfect. Okay, and there's the other. Okay, now we can put this away. Okay. So that's the scoring. And as I said, this will be in the tutorial. So here's your slits, right? Now you want to put the card this way because this is the way the card's going to fold. So the first thing I'm going to do is take this and here and down here and here and kind of fold those in, fold those back, and this one gets folded this way. So you see how that this is going back, this is coming forward, and there you have it. Now you want to give everything a good crease. We're not, there's a score line here, but we're leaving that alone, okay? So you just want to make sure you're giving everything a nice, good crease. And I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to crease this, and I'm going to crease this. Now, you may have seen this before. This may be a popular fold, but I've never done it before. Now I'm going to fold that score line, turn this over, and give that a good score. And there you have it. Whoop, there you have it. Okay, so that's the inside of the card, like that. It's going to go like that. Trying to see something. Did I do that right? Yeah, that is right. I'm wondering now, did I do that? Oh, here it is. Okay, it's going to go this way. All right, let's do that again. We're not doing any scoring again, but we're pushing these, actually, we're pushing these up, I think. And then this comes over. Let's see. Why does this look weird? I think we just have to build it, and then we'll see. Let's just build it. It has to go like that. It does have to go like that. You guys have to give me a second. I have to look at something. That's in. And that's like that. Okay, let's just build it because it's right. Let's just build. Okay, on this, I'm going to make a little notch right here on this piece because this is going to go inside here like that. Okay, I have to get something. Hold on one second. It's cut right. It just looks weird. So I'm going to put a little notch. I keep my circles, my circle punches, and I'm going to cut a little notch because this is going to be a gift card holder. Okay. So that's going to go right there like that. Okay. Let's bring over the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And do the inside piece, which is going to, you'll look at the, once you're on the newsletter, you'll see step-by-step photos. So this is going to be a, I forgot a lot of things tonight. So we're going to take this folder. How did you share? I couldn't only find send. Oh, you're asking someone how they did that? I'm not 100% sure. Okay, so you see the folder? I have it on a little bit of an angle because I only want this bottom half. So I have my shim in there. Do I have my shim in there? I don't have my shim in there. You need your shim, you need your plate and your shim, and then the gray folder. And you just put it in on an angle. Like that. And then we could put this away. And then that's where this piece from the home dies comes in, because I don't want to see the indentation of the line. I'll show you that in a second. I hope you figure it out, Pam, because I'd love it if you would do that for everyone that would like to do that. So you see the indentation of the line right here? I don't want to see that. Let's see if you can see it. I don't want to see that. So I'm going to use some liquid glue here. I'm going to open a new one because I need it. And I'm going to put that just a little dabbing here and there. Now I'm not going to be really paying attention to comments because I want to make sure that I did this card right. And if I didn't, we'll do it again, but then in the video tomorrow, you'll get a clean video instead of a Facebook Live, because I don't want you to have something that's not right. But I'm pretty sure it's right. It just looks weird because it's a funny fun fold. Okay. So let's put this on here. Doesn't matter which way it goes. It fits right across. And then it covers up that ugly line and it matches the folder. Let's see if I can move that over a little. And that's the purpose of that, is just to cover up that ugly line indentation. And then that's going to go right on top of here. And you could use whichever side, the embossed side, or the debossed side of the flower, of course. And that will go right in here. So now the next part is to take one of these scallops. I'm still trying to work this out here in my head on how this is going. Ah, this one has to fold in. Is that it? There is something not right with this fold, and I don't know what it is. There it is. Okay, it's right. All right. Whew. I could not. Oh, did you see it? Oh, shoot. I don't want you to see it. So these two flaps are inside here, and then it goes like that. Okay. I know that was kind of weird because I couldn't get it. I don't know why. I had no problem with it yesterday, but of course, because I'm on camera, it does that to me. And let's start building the inside first. So we're going to take this. This is the biggest. There's 3 different sizes: small, medium, and large. Okay. This should be actually a little bit smaller. This one goes right in here. This is 3 3/4, and it goes right in there. So the story here is that you're going to have to play with the fold to get it the right way, like I just did. And then there is this one right here that's going to go right here. I just want to be sure that it's not too long. It might be a bit too long, and I might have to shave off a hair on it. So a hair on this side and a hair on this side, and we should be okay. And that should fit pretty perfectly. And it does. So now on here, this is going to be a gift card holder. So don't put any glue behind here. You just put a little bit of adhesive on top and the bottom. That's it. And I'm going to use some liquid glue to do that. Top and bottom. Because you need some room to get the gift card to go all the way to the corner, all the way to the edge. So I have a sample gift card here. So it would go just like that and just meet the edge right here where it folds. We'll do that later. Okay, so there's that. Let that dry for a second. I hope I didn't confuse you. I just emailed you about newsletter. Oh, if you go up in the description, I'm not sure who that is. Let me see if I could see. I can't see who that is, but if you go up in the description of this post, you're going to see a link to the newsletter. Okay, so that goes like that. And now here, we're going to take this little strip. We can leave it the size that it is, and it's going to go there. So this is the smallest strip. If you have a question about the newsletter, about how to join, there is a link here. If you have a question about something else, let me know. It could be about what newsletter email you received. See, the newsletters go out tomorrow. And then it lasts, that particular newsletter lasts where you'll get it for the following week, until the following week. And then you'll get it for another week after that inside another email or newsletter. I don't want to confuse you, but I'll explain it in the newsletter how it works. It's a little much to explain right here, right now. So, especially when we're trying to create this card. Now, the next thing we're going to do is take this strip, and this is where, okay, see how that fits like that? We're going to put a scallop here. So what you'll see is just a little bit of this designer series paper, and you'll see a nice scallop. Now, we can either use this one, which is from the penned dies, and have it look different than my original, which I think we will do just to see the difference. And then this is the one that is a smaller scallop that I found in my stash. It was already die cut. So before we put this down, we're going to add this piece of paper to this, designer series paper to this. Okay. And I'm going to put it right up to the stitching. And then that will lay nicely right on top of there. And you see where you see a little bit of stitching of the designer series paper. Now, if I had used this smaller scallop, you'd see a little bit more of that designer series paper, of course. So let's adhere this now. So that's going to go right up to this edge. right up to here. And then if there's any overhang up here or down here, I'm going to trim it down. Okay. Now inside here, we have these little 1.5 by 1 inch squares. They may be slightly bigger than I need. Nope, they seem to be okay. So I'm going to adhere those. And I do need this again, so I don't get on my work surface. So I'm using this pattern that matches this on this side, just to have it be a little bit different. And then the same for the bottom. You can use liquid glue here. It might have been smarter to use liquid glue because these are such small pieces to try to add adhesive to. And then this one down here. And then this is the stripe pattern that I'm using, which is the opposite side. And that's going to go right here. And then again, down here. And there's that. Okay, so now we're going to get some scrap paper. And I'm going to do a little flicking of the marker to get some color on here. So I'm going to take, it doesn't matter, it has to be one that's not dried out. That's too bright. Let's see. Some of mine are starting to dry out because or run out of ink. So let's get the brush side. This is just polished pink, dark polished pink. And I want to get some speckles all over this. And you won't see it all that much, but it does do a little something. And then I'm going to take some of the, what is it? Wink of Stella. And I have some here, so I'm going to flick that a little bit too onto here. I don't know how much I'm actually getting on here, but we won't notice it until after. Oh, I see it, but I don't know how much we're going to see it on this actually. And now we're going to need, this is where I forgot the sponge daubers. So let that dry. Let's do the sentiment. Now it was going to be a toss-up between these dies and the artistic dies, which I don't know if you can see, but that's already splattered. But I felt this was too small, so I went with something a little bit bigger. Now we'll get the sentiment out. And while that's drying, we'll do some sponge daubing as well. So here's the card. All right, now what sentiment do I want to use? I said that I had best wishes. And since, I don't know, I might want you are positively the greatest on here because it's a nice big stamp and it's going, nope, it's going to be too big for that. I might stick with thank you. Let's see. Oh, wait. Here's a new stamp set coming to the market. Let's see if this thank you. Yes, let's use this. This is Irresistible Bloom. Starting March 1st, you can get this stamp set. So I haven't even used it yet. I haven't opened it yet. Oh, I think it might be too big. This might be another one too big. It's too big. Let's see. Hooray, it's your day. Let's see if that fits. That's good too. And you could put a Yeah, that one's good. Let's use that one. It's a nice bold font. So let's use that. And I can put, while I'm here, we can put the label on. So here's the label. There's a little slit in the label. I'm going to peel it back on each end. And I peeled off this backing, and I am just going to eyeball where it goes on that. And not so shabby. Not too bad. You like the color combo? Comes from the paper. That's where it comes from. Comes from Stampin' Up's paper combinations. The color combinations that they have in the paper. I'm not good with color as far as what goes with what. I'm always looking at color combinations on Pinterest to help me out, and then I'm never sure if it goes in the front or the back, or there's just, I'm not good with color like that. I wish I were, but so I rely on the paper a lot. Hooray, it's your day. I need to re-ink that, and then we'll get it in white embossing powder. Okay, that's that. And now I'm going to use my heat tool, but I'm going to lower the volume, or shut the volume so you don't have to listen to it. Okay, I'm back. All right, and there's that. So let me get my sponge daubers because I forgot them. I'm always forgetting things. Well, like I said, I was rushed today because I was so busy. So I'm going to get, I think this is polished pink. Yep. We'll get polished pink, and we're going to get Subtle's Blushing Bride. Blushing Bride. Okay. And then we'll get the ink pads. And we also need Granny Apple Green. So one more. Granny Apple Green is down here in my brights. Okay. So let's do the pinks first. So for everything that I've cut already, you could probably just use one color going all the way around, like the Blushing Bride. But I have them out now. So on this one, I'm just going to use a little polished pink and go around. I just don't want that crisp white edge that you get after cutting. So I'm just going to do my best to just kind of add a little bit of that sponging. So this is polished pink. And here we'll just add a little polished pink. And then we'll move on to Blushing Bride. And sponge that a bit. And these are by no means cut perfectly at all. And they work on the card. Hi, Lois. Okay. Let's see. What's new around here? Not too much. Let's see. We went My daughter's going to buy herself a new car. And that's what we did on Sunday. Shopped, car shopping, went with her. She didn't, of course, buy anything yet. She's just looking around. And it's actually going to be the first car that she buys on her own because we've been sharing my car all these years. Since she was a junior in high school, I let her borrow my car while I was always in the city 5 days a week. And then on the weekends, she would bring it home for me. But now she's been at her job for almost 4 years, and she is ready to get her own car. And I am actually getting rid of mine. I don't want it. I don't need it. If I need my car, if I need a car, I'll drive my husband to work because he doesn't work far from home. Or I can borrow my daughter's. And I have friends that are always happy to pick me up if I need a ride. And there's always Uber. So I really don't want it. The expense of a new car. What else is going on around here? We are looking at renovating our kitchen a little bit. We need to do that. We've been in this house for 20 years, and when we moved in, we just kind of threw up some inexpensive stuff to hold us over for 20 years. And now it's just come to the point where it's not holding us over anymore. So we've been looking at that. Got some plans. Can't do very much in my kitchen. So just because it's just a very awkward shaped kitchen. So yeah, we got that going on. What else? Okay, I think this is dry. I better stop talking so that way I don't make any mistakes. So I'm bringing this back, and we're going to glue this to this. Oh, I can see the sparkle in it. I might add some more afterward. Okay, so we're just going to add some liquid glue behind here, but I do want to get rid of all these little pieces that didn't come out all the way. Let's see. What else? I have book club Friday night. This is the first book club with some local crafters. My friend Debbie is hosting. So the book Mad Honey that I finished recently was our first book club book. Right now I'm reading a book that's not in book club, which is very good. What Alice Forgot. But the book club book is Mad Honey, which everyone found to be very good. And in the back of the book are recipes made with honey. So my friend Debbie had this genius idea to host. We were going to go out and, to a restaurant, like, a lot of book clubs do, or others get together at each other's homes. So this Friday, I think we are. I haven't heard from 2 of the people yet. The women in the group we haven't heard from. But so I think we are going over to Debbie's. Otherwise, we're going to be going out to dinner. And we don't have to. I'm making something from the book and Debbie's making something from the book. But we don't have to do that. We don't have to. We're just going to talk about the book. And there's even a cocktail in the back of the book that Debbie's going to try to make. So it should be fun. So that's Friday night. And then Saturday, I have an in-person card class. I have an in-person card class on Saturday. That's it. And then Sunday, my husband and I have plans to go to Brooklyn. And that's it. All right. So this is going to go on like this, on this little rectangular piece. But I don't want to have these at the bottom. Oh, thank you, Facebook user that shared. Let me see if I could see that. I'm having a really hard time seeing comments because it says Facebook user, and I'm sure you gave permission to StreamYard, but I'll see it later. So thank you for that. I'm just cutting off this little bottom. I don't want that there. Okay. I want it to be clean. Now, the other one that I'm going to show you uses a die that's retired, which I really wanted to use because it fits so perfectly on here, but I couldn't because it's retired. And yeah, I mean, not that I couldn't, I could, but I didn't want to for this card. I really wanted you to be able to create it with something that is current if you wanted it. So I'm just adding some adhesive there. It's going to get all covered up. And I'm just going to go like that. I don't want this to come over past there. Okay. And then we're going to get that organdy ribbon too. And we're going to cut this because sometimes I just don't like the 1/2 inch. Sometimes I feel like it's just too much. And I'm like, this is not for me to save ribbon. It's for me to just not have it so bulky. So I'm making a bow just to see how much I want. And then I'm going to cut up the middle lengthwise, which I've done many times. And the other option I could have done is just use white twine here, but I thought with that's why I added some sparkle, some of the Wink of Stella to this, because I thought with the Wink of Stella, a little sparkle in the ribbon would be nice too. So yeah. So we're going to Brooklyn. It takes us about, from here to get to Brooklyn, it takes about an hour. And that's with traffic, 55 minutes to an hour. But there is a place in Brooklyn called, and I used to live in Brooklyn when I was in my early 20s. I had an apartment there with a roommate when I was a wee young one. Okay, so there, it's nice and thin now. I like it that way. So there's a place, it's called, it's a pasta place, Fresh Pasta. And I love my pasta. I'm going to put this on with dimensionals, this circle. And we go there often and pick up fresh pasta, and we keep it in the freezer down here in the basement. And we ran out. And I have company coming, not this Sunday, next Sunday. And we're going to make some fresh pasta. I'm going to make fresh sauce and meatballs and all that stuff. And oh, before I do that, all right, I didn't glue that down yet. Let's get some of these. I don't know how much I want to show, but you want a little bit. Okay, let's put that down there. I'm going to put some glue dot. So we're going to pick up pasta, but we're also going to, it was a takeout place. It wasn't a sit down, eat in place, but 4 blocks away. She's so popular. It's called Pasta Louise. She's so popular. You can look it up on Facebook, Pasta Louise in Brooklyn, and Brooklyn, New York. And she's so popular that she opened, I have a little cutoff piece here. Maybe I'll use that because I don't need a lot. So yeah, let's do that. It's going to get covered up by flowers. So about, I think, I don't know if it's a block or 4 blocks. I think it might be 4 blocks away. She opened up a restaurant. Not just a takeout anymore. It's a restaurant called Pasta Louise. I think the restaurant is still called the same name. And my daughter went recently and said it was fantastic. And that we should go take the ride. So while we're out there getting fresh pasta, we'll go late enough so that we can have dinner too. And that's my Sunday plan. And then this one's going to go on here. I'm only going to put a dimensional behind here. So that's my excitement going on. Not really excitement, but let's see. This is sitting on top of something that already has glue dots behind it, so I don't want to glue dot it again. I don't want it to be so bulky. And let's go like that. Now this will go here with glue dot. Hi from Oklahoma, Nancy. Nice to see you here. Okay. And then this will go about here, right up there. We're going to cover that up too. So now we'll start building with the flowers. So this is going to go here like that. And then I think this is the part that gets weird, trying to make sure that the leaves are good and the flowers are good. And I don't want the same, let's see. I just am going to go a little bit different here. Put a darker flower up there. Actually, this one is too flat, so I am going to do a little fussy cutting here. And take this one where it's not so flat. And then I don't want it to be too crisp there. Okay. All right, I'm going to put a dimensional behind here and start layering this. One dimensional in the middle. That way I know where I want to put my leaves and I can tuck them in and then add some more dimension where I want it. And then I'll slip this in here with a glue dot. So this is all cut from the papers. It's all cut from, actually I'm going to rip this and kind of layer them together. I want them a little, not so far apart. So I just ripped it in half, layered it on top of each other, and now I'm going to stick that in there. So now my leaves are not so far apart. And then we're going to add some dimension right in there. And then another one, I'm going to take a dark one. That's more of a granny apple green. I'm going to take a darker evening evergreen leaf and put that under this one. I don't want two on here. I just want one under here. Like that. And then I'll add some dimension under there. And now I have this flower that's more rounded that I just cut. And I'll put that up there. And I think, let's see what I have here. Do I want to put this one maybe here? I'm not sure. No, I don't think so. Let's see. Do I want to put this one? I feel like maybe I do want to put this one. And I'm also feeling like I need to raise this a little bit. So let's see if I can pull this up and raise it a bit without destroying the card. I'm being brave and pulling that up. Okay, I can do that. I'm taking that off and I pull this up. It's just a little too low. That's better. Okay, that is much better. It's too much of a gap. And now I can put that dimensional back. Just got to be careful not to glue things 100% where you can't pull it up if you don't like the way it looks. Because you never know till you try it, right? Maybe I'll do that. Yeah, I'll do that. Right? Yeah. I'm going to put a little dimensional behind here. I'm going to break one in half. Where's Brooklyn? My niece lives in Williamsburg. Yes. Where in Brooklyn? Oh, is it? I don't know if it's Park Slope or Brooklyn Heights. Look it up on Facebook, Stacy. Pasta Louise, Williamsburg. She lives in a really awesome neighborhood over there. And then we'll put this one down on top of there. Yeah, she's a lot close. We go through Williamsburg to get over to that part of Brooklyn. I used to live in, when I was a kid, not a kid, when I was in my early 20s, I used to live, I still feel like a kid anyway. I used to live in Carroll Gardens, Brooklyn, which is, I think it's Park Slope. No, Brooklyn Heights, Park Slope, Carroll Gardens. It's beautiful. Can't touch the properties over there these days, though. So expensive. So expensive. I lived on a 3rd floor walk up at the time. It was so cool. We had such a great apartment. Really great. Okay, I'm going to put that leaf up there. So I'm just playing a little bit while I'm talking. Well, if your niece works in Manhattan, is that why she lives in Williamsburg? Because she works in Manhattan? Because a lot of the young ones live in Williamsburg. I don't like the way that looks. I might have to change that one up a little bit. But all right, now let's just start putting some dimensional behind there so that all of these kind of stay up. And let's see. Yes, she works in Midtown. Yep, that's a great location. See where my daughter lives. It's not an easy commute. She's found a good. She gets an express bus because she doesn't want to get on the subway. So she found a route with an express bus. It just takes a little longer because she's not in Midtown. She's right by the World Trade Center, or Freedom Tower, as it's called now. So she's over there. And I'm only maybe 6 blocks from her. So that's Tribeca. I'm just adding dimension where I feel like I need it to keep this card together. And I'm probably going to play around with it a little bit more later after this live. Now we're going to add some gems. Oh, this didn't stay on. Okay. I'm going to add some gems. And need a little piece here. Just to hold this one in there and there. And this one's okay. I don't want any dimensionals to show through there. Okay, let's get some gems going. Where are they? Here they are. Oh, one other thing I want to do is take this one and I want to put it on the inside. So let's glue this in here. I can go anywhere really. Up here maybe? No, let's go down here. So now the Long Island Railroad goes into Grand Central Station. So if I was always a Midtown person. Most over the 41 years that I've been working in Manhattan, I was always Midtown, pretty much. And now the Long Island Railroad goes into Midtown. Goes into Grand Central Station. Okay, I'm going to take some on. I put these blue ones on my other card, but because I'm running low, I might as well try a different color, right? Let's try this. Let's try this one. I don't even know what color that is supposed to be. Petal pink, maybe? I think it's supposed to be petal pink. So let's go with that. It goes with the Blushing Bride, right? So let's throw one here. And maybe down here. And where did I throw another one? Maybe in here. Yeah, I kind of like that. I didn't use a big one. I wonder if I should. I don't want to put on the flowers. Let's do a little bit of Wink of Stella here. Let's see if it shows up. I think I'm running out. Let me see. I'm going to squeeze it a bit. See if anything. Ooh, I don't want it. Yeah, now it's a lot. I don't want that much. But now it'll come out. But I don't want it to come out crazy. Yeah. Okay, that's enough. I don't want to get too crazy with it. I'm also thinking, nope, no more gems. That's it. Okay. So what do you think? I want to make sure I didn't forget anything before I show you the original. The only thing I did on the original, a little bit different than this one, is I added a little bit more flower up here. And we could do that, but I don't really think I need to. I think I'm going to leave it alone. I'm just going to leave it. And maybe later. So this is where your gift card's going to go, right in here. That's why I put the little notch. And we only have glue on the top and the bottom for this reason. So now this is just making it. If you put any glue on that, it won't go. So there you go. You don't see anything popping out. And that's how it looks that way. But I know I had a little bit of a screw up with the way that I was trying to close this. But let me show you my original. Whoops, my seat is coming off. Okay. I have a nice cushion because of my back, and I usually have one back here too on this chair. On my desk chair upstairs, I have one that I pull it out when I have issues with my back. All right, so these are the differences. So let me see if I can pull. Where is it? Okay, it's right here. So this came from the Fond of Autumn dies that are no longer they're called autumn dies that are no longer available for purchase. So I didn't use it, but it was used on my original before I realized that I didn't use it. Another difference here is that I used this die here. I used it here, but these are also from the same die, the home dies. So that's a difference. I kind of really like the way the hollyhocks look, the whatever the stamp die is called, something layering hollyhocks. So I think I might actually turn this around a little bit. So there's a little bit more floral coming around here, or maybe add a third flower in there. Could add a third flower in there if I want to. I don't want the same color though, so I'm going to have to play with that. I want a small one. Maybe I'll bring another one here. Or turn this around and then there. And then the other difference is where I have a larger flower that I cut out here and I put one up here. And I definitely think I want to put another one up here. So those are the differences. So I hope you like that. I wish I knew who that was right now. Beautiful card. It's so pretty, Vicky says. I'm just looking at some comments here. Okay. Well, this is the one this card's going to be in a drawing next week. So I hope you come back, and I hope you comment, and I hope you liked it. But let me show you the inspiration. So as I mentioned, I took a class myself and created this card. So tomorrow, but before I do, you'll have measurements and instruction in my newsletter. Okay. And it goes out around 5 p.m. Eastern time. And this card, direction and photos, and this YouTube video will be, Facebook YouTube video will be also included, so you can see how to put this together. But anyway, I love, 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 and this is using the Fond of Autumn. And I never would have put these colors together, but look at that. This is Elizabeth Price from Seeing Ink Spots, and she is my inspiration for this card. So, so the difference here is she doesn't have something covering that line. I did exactly how she did. And this is the Fond of Autumn stamps. If you have them, I wanted to use them. And then I realized that, I was going to use them tonight. I created the card with these cutouts. And then I said, oh, I'll use this tonight and just change up the colors. And it's retired, so I didn't use it. But isn't that beautiful? So she used a different die here too. And so this is what I mean. It's just the same exact layout. It's just using different paper. And it's a totally different card. And pink is like my favorite color. So I don't know if you know that, but it is a little lighter than this. This is a little bit brighter than I go for. But okay, so let's see. So next week, this is the one that we made tonight will be that's going to be a pretty big drawing for next week to give away this card. It's kind of like, I don't know. I kind of want to hold on to it. But nope, that one is going to go. So let's do a drawing for, first of all, the card that I'm giving away is a card. The box for the Stampin' Up demonstrators that are on the artisan design team. Not this, I don't know if it was this year or last year. They got a box, a gift box. Excuse me 1 second. I have to grab something. Okay. So they got a box with jewelry for being on the artisan design team, and I think it was last year. So I tried to recreate it. Now this was a lot lighter. This came out really dark, and I wish it were more this color, but I don't know what I was doing, but I love the card anyway. And it looks like that on the inside. So this is the card that I'm going to be giving away for everyone that commented on my live last week, February 14th. And I'm going to do the drawing for that first. So let me pull up my wheel of names. So here is, close everything here so you don't have to look at all these advertisements. So all the names that commented on YouTube, Facebook, and Facebook page and Facebook group are here. And we're going to draw for that card. And the winner is Lois Henderson. Congratulations. I'll be getting this to you sometime this week, probably later this week in the mail, or maybe even tomorrow. This card right here that you just won. Okay. Congratulations, Lois Henderson. Now, oh, do you see these lights right here? Those are garage lights that my husband just put up. And I thought that those lights were going to give me a tremendous amount of light right above my head. and it's really not doing as I could see it here, but not so much on my table. It looks a little wonky. So, okay, now I'm going to pull up, I'm going to close that, and I'm going to pull up the next wheel. So save that. And then I'm going to open the January. Oops, sorry. Oh, I just hit that wheel again by accident. Save. And then let's open. Oh, that's the wrong one. I didn't open it yet. That's still the old one. Now I'm going to, here we are. So now the next one we're giving away, I had said that I was giving away, before I do that, this card. This is the keepsake card. And this is for everyone that participated in the January, February card kit to go. And if you participated in January and February, your name is in here twice. So I see Vicky, you are in here twice. So here we go. Let's see. Actually, it's on your name right now. Who knows if it's going to land there? Sorry for the distraction of that light up there. Let's see who it is. Who is it? Barbara Suits. Barbara, I don't know if you're on here, but you are the winner. And thank you so much for participating in the Card Kit to Go program. Sweet Citrus is closed out for February, but Heather and I have collaborated again for March. So Barbara Suits, you won this card. I have your address because you purchased. I don't know if you watch on Facebook or YouTube, or if you just see my information from my newsletter. But regardless, this keepsake card is yours. As I mentioned earlier, I am going to start a bi-monthly. I said I was going to send out a survey, but I really want to start a bi-monthly keepsake card or specialty card subscription. And the reason I say bi-monthly is because it's a lot of work, and I don't think we need 12 specialty keepsake cards a year. So 6 times a year, bi-monthly. Be feminine, be masculine, be somewhere in between. Just a general. So I think I want to do that. I am still going to do a survey because I need to know if people are really interested in it. There was something else I was going to do. Oh, yes, there is. So I was going to show you the paper we're using. So let me find, oh, here it is. So the paper we're using is Hues of Happiness. So with this, you're going to be basically, this is somebody else's, this is something I started, was casing from somebody. That's not for the Card Kit to Go. But as you can see, I've been working with it. I made my cards, but I still have to tweak them. So I'm not showing you because I don't have Heather's yet. And once I do, so it's just, there's going to be fussy cutting if you don't have the dies, because the dies cut out a lot of these flowers. So you don't necessarily need a stamp set. I'm using the stamp set that goes with it because it matches. So this is the stamp set, but you don't need it. You can use any stamp set for sentiments. I'm not really using any of the floral stamps that's coming from the paper. So this is going to be March. Like I said, my cards are ready. I have to tweak them. So I thought I mentioned, like, I have a small team. There's me, and then there are 4 others on my team. I don't have a big team. I don't even push the big team, the team, because I do work full time, and sometimes having a team, you know, there's a little bit, there's things that I need to do with my team. So I don't necessarily push it that often if you want to join my team, but I really do kind of want to grow my team. Eventually I'm going to retire from my job, and I really want to have a team. So if anybody's out there on the fence about it, this is a great time to join. It's celebration, and you get $175 worth of product for $99, and shipping is free. And I really love you to join my team if you're interested in getting a discount. And also, when you join my team, all my tutorials, not just these tutorials that I share with you um, on Facebook Lives, but my other tutorials, like my Sweet Stampin' Friends tutorial, you'll get that for free. And this is the card for my card for February. And here are 9 others. You get this for free. You get my card kit to go tutorials. You don't get the product, but you get the tutorial for free, so you can use it anytime you want. But if you're going to try to make the cards and sell the cards, you'd have to create your own tutorials. But my team gets my tutorials. And when they reach, right now it's $300. When they sell $300, if they sell $300 in 1 month in sales, they get a gift from me. So Christine was January, Christine sold over $300, and she is getting these opaque adhesive back gems, plus any tutorials that I load this month for free. They stay in my team page forever. And then this month so far, Kathy has done over $300. I think she's over $400 in sales. I know she's got a big card. She's selling a lot of cards this coming up, and at her retirement facility. And so she put in a big sales order there. And so she'll be getting a gift from me. So I usually send embellishments to my team when they sell over $300. I have my Sweet Stampin' Friends tutorial for anyone that purchases $35 or more in my online store. They get that for free. And let's see, is there anything else that I need to tell you? I feel like there is something, and I'm forgetting because I didn't write it down. Anyway, just sign up tomorrow. If I think of it, I'll let you know. Sign up for the newsletter. This one that we did tonight will be available for 2 weeks. Where is the card? Where did it go? Where did I put it? Oh, it's available for 2 weeks in the newsletter. And then if you want it, you have to email me for it. And then I can send it individually. But you still have to sign up for my newsletter. Are you going to do a keepsake kits to go? Yes. I don't know who's asking that. Can you type in your name, Facebook user who just asked that question? I can't see it here. I don't know if I can see it. I'm hoping I can see it later. Let me go back to my page here and see if I can see it. Now I can't even get my live. Oh, there's my live. Oh. I'm just looking at my computer, my other laptop, to see if you can do that. That would be great. Oh, Lois, you saw that you won. You're so welcome. And I'm just going through. Hi, Ann Margaret. Thank you so much. Those cards are beautiful. Thank you so much. It's nice to see you here. We're sidelines, I believe. I recognize your name. Lois said, oh my, that is so pretty. Love that color combo. It's a good thing you won that card, huh? Carol said the card itself is a gift. Oh, you're sweet. And Facebook user. Yeah, whoever asked the question, are you going to do a keepsake kit to go? As I mentioned, I'd like to do a bi-monthly keepsake kit to go. I'll show you here. Now, I'll show you what a kit looks like, minus all the stamping, because I am not allowed, per Stampin' Up rules, to provide any kits with stamping in it. The only stamping you'll see in a kit is a goodie from me, a tag that's on a goodie from me as a thank you. So minus any stamping you might see in this kit, I'm trying to get it out. This is what this kit looks like. This exact kit is in here. And I have one if someone would like to. This is the thing. There's a lot of work that goes into die cutting all of this. So that's another reason why I'm being bi-monthly. So normally if you make a $35 purchase in my online store, you get my Sweet Stampin' Friends tutorial for free. So that's 10 project tutorial for free. And then you get a thank you card in the mail from me at the end of the month. At the end of the month that you purchased in, but you have to make a minimum $35 purchase. Now, sometimes I do specials that if you bump it up to 50, you'll get something additional for free. So if anyone would like this card kit for free mailed to them, and then you have the video, the Facebook video to create it yourself, you'd have to make a $50 purchase, and you'd get in my online store before tax and shipping, you would get the Sweet Stampin' Friends tutorial, a thank you card from me at the end of the month, and this kit shipped to you for free. But it has to be a minimum $50 order using the host code, which is in the description here. But you have to email me first here because I only have one. So if anyone is interested, you have to email me. I only have one kit. If anyone else, if there were more than one person interested, I would definitely consider making more kits, but you have to spend $50 in my online store. These are not just for sale. When I do it as a subscription, that's different. But for now, this kit is available. I have one. If I get more questions about it, I'll make another. I'll make more. But I have to hear from you first here. Don't go on my online store and make a purchase because I might not have it for you. Okay, so you just have to tell me that you're going to do that if you're interested. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. And if you have any questions, again, email me here. This is my email. It's in my description. How do I get my name to show? Can you just type your name in a comment? Can you just type it? You're welcome, Stacy. If you could just type it, that would work. And just say your name and say you are the one that asked about the keepsake kits. But the other way to get your name to show is there's a link in the description of this video to click on that will ask you if you want to give Facebook permission to show your name. That's the other way. Thanks so much for the demo tonight. You're welcome, Vicki. Thanks so much for participating in my Card Kit to Go program. I appreciate it. I hope you've been in, well, you only got one so far, but the others, the Sweet Citrus is going out next week by Wednesday. My order is in. I'm just waiting for it. And I'll be busy cutting in the evenings. So thank you for that. I'm just waiting to see if the Facebook user comes back with a name, and yes, that is the way to get your name to show on Facebook, is to click the link in the description and allow Facebook to show your name. Does anybody else have any questions? I'm going to look over here to see if I see any more questions while I'm waiting. Anybody else want to share their big plans for the week? I'm just working and waiting for the weekend, but I don't want to rush the weekend too much either because, it's just, time is just going by way, way, way too fast. Looking to see if I could get myself back here. Let's see, any comments, Stacy? Elizabeth. Oh, it's Elizabeth. Okay, I see it. Elizabeth Hightower. All right. I'm going to go back there again. Elizabeth, how do you get your name to show? So your name is showing, okay? So that is not you. There is a problem with the computer that I'm looking at. But when I look at my old computer, your name comes up and I don't know how to get that fixed. It's something I have to email StreamYard, which is the software that I'm using right now. So I have to email them to find out why on one computer I can see the names, on the other computer I can't. So Elizabeth, yes, I am going to do keepsake kits. Liz is the one asking the question. Okay, great. You got the answer to the question. Thank you for asking it. I appreciate it. All right, I'm going to let everybody go. I'm going to go upstairs. I'm going to have, I think, a small glass of wine to relax, and I'm going to read my book, at least 1 or 2 chapters before I go to bed tonight. Like I said, it was a rough day, and I didn't get down here at all until about 6:20, and I had to do all this stuff with the wheel for the names. I had most of it in there from last week right after. I'm going to go do that tonight too, but then I almost forgot about the card kit to go wheel to do that. So anyway, I've had you guys here a long time, an hour and a half. Last week was 2 hours. My husband thought I was nuts when I came back upstairs. He said, "What? You are crazy." 2 hours on a Facebook Live. He thought I was nuts. He doesn't understand. He doesn't understand. Anyway, I'll let you guys go, and I'll see you next Tuesday. Bye-bye.